Metrics and analytics. What to focus on for growth. Imagine you are the pilot of a race car. You don't just step on the gas and turn the wheel. You constantly look at the instruments: speed, engine RPM, oil temperature, fuel level. Each reading gives you crucial information for making decisions: when to shift gears, when to pull into the pit stop, when to accelerate. In the startup world, these instruments are your metrics and analytics. Metrics are quantitative indicators that tell you the story of your business. Analytics is the process of interpreting these indicators to understand what happened, why, and what to do next. Your ability to constantly monitor key performance indicators, KPIs, and make data-driven decisions will determine how effectively you scale and how sustainable your growth will be. In the early stages of a startup, the founder's intuition and boldness play a huge role. But as it grows, intuition must be backed by solid data. Otherwise, you risk spending valuable resources on ineffective strategies or, even worse, failing to notice problems before they become critical. Constant monitoring of key performance indicators, KPIs. KPIs, key performance indicators, are those instruments on your dashboard. They are specific, measurable metrics that show how well you are achieving your strategic and operational goals. Not every metric is a KPI. A KPI is the one that is most important for your growth and success at a given moment. The goal is not to collect all possible data. This will lead to information overload, but to focus on the most significant indicators that provide a clear picture of your business's health. How to choose the right KP is linked to business goals. Every KPI must be directly linked to a specific business goal. If your goal is to increase the number of active users, then number of active users is your KPI. If the goal is to increase profitability, then profit margin or net profit are your KPIs. Make them measurable. KP must be clearly defined and capable of being quantitatively measured. Make the product better is not a KPI. Increase average session time in the app to 5 minutes is a KPI. Action-oriented. A good KPI should prompt action. If a metric drops, the team should understand what needs to be done to improve it. Monitor changes over time. What matters most is not the absolute value of the metric, but its dynamic. Is it growing? Declining? At what rate? Distinguish between leading and lagging indicators. Leading indicators predict future results. For example, the number of qualified leads can be a leading indicator of future sales, or the number of demo versions downloaded from a website can predict future purchases. Lagging indicators reflect events that have already occurred. Last quarter's profit or the number of closed deals for the month are lagging indicators. They show the outcome, but don't always help understand why it was achieved. You need both types, but leading indicators are more valuable for operational management and course correction. Examples of key KP is for startups. In addition to general metrics like LTV, lifetime value, and CAC, customer acquisition cost, which we discussed earlier, and which remain extremely important, there are others specific to different stages and business types. For SaaS startups, software as a service, MRR, monthly recurring revenue, /ARR, annual recurring revenue, monthly/annual recurring revenue. This is the most important growth indicator for subscription models. Investors love stable and growing MRR. Churn rate, customer revenue churn, the percentage of customers, or revenue, who stop using your service over a specific period. Low churn is a sign of a healthy business. DAU/MAU, daily, monthly active users. The number of unique active users per day, month, shows audience engagement. Retention rate, the percentage of customers who continue to use the product after a certain period. Conversion rate, the percentage of website app visitors who complete a target action, e.g. registered, started a trial, made a purchase. For e-commerce startups, average order value, AOV, the average amount spent per purchase, repeat purchase rate, the percentage of customers who make repeat purchases, cart abandonment rate, the percentage of users who added items to their cart but did not complete the purchase, conversion rate, purchase, the percentage of visitors who made a purchase. For mobile applications, downloads, number of app installations, active users, DAU/MAU, session length/frequency, how long and how often users interact with the app, rating and reviews, average rating and number of reviews in app stores. For any startup, unit economics, analysis of the profitability of one unit of your product or service. For example, how much you earn and spend on one customer or one sold item. If your unit economics are negative, scaling will only increase losses. Customer satisfaction scores, NPS, CSAT, CES. We already discussed these in the context of customer service, but they are critically important KPIs for assessing the health of customer relationships. Tip: start with 3 to 5 of the most important KPIs for your current stage. Focus on them, track them regularly, and share them with the team. There's no point in measuring hundreds of indicators if you don't understand what they mean and how to influence them. Data-driven decision-making. Collecting data is good, but if you don't use it to make decisions, it's just pretty graphs. The true power of analytics comes when it becomes the foundation of your strategy. Create a data culture. Accessibility. Ensure your team members have access to the necessary data and tools for analysis. Training. Help the team understand how to interpret metrics and how their work impacts these indicators. Questions, not guesses. Encourage the team to ask questions and seek answers in the data rather than relying on intuition or assumptions. Ultimately, data-driven decisions are like using a GPS instead of outdated maps. You can, of course, hope for luck and ask the first person you meet for directions, but it's much more reliable when your route is planned considering all traffic jams and detours. Regular analysis and discussion, weekly, monthly reviews. Hold regular meetings where you analyze KPIs, discuss what worked and what didn't, and why. Finding insights. Look not just for numbers, but for insights, deep conclusions that explain user behavior or process effectiveness. For example, if conversion is dropping, find out at what stage of the funnel it's happening and why. The build, measure, learn principle in action. Your MVP and subsequent iterations should be part of this cycle. You propose a hypothesis, e.g., adding this feature will increase retention by 5%. Build it, measure its impact on metrics, learn from the results, and decide to continue, change, or abandon. This allows you to quickly test ideas and avoid costly mistakes. /B. Testing. What it is. A method for comparing two versions of a single element, e.g., website headline, button color, ad copy, to determine which performs better. You show version A to one group of users, version B to another, and measure the result, e.g., conversion. Why it's important. Allows you to optimize every aspect of your product and marketing based on actual user behavior, not assumptions. Example. You want to know which landing page headline better attracts registrations. You create two versions of the page with different headlines, direct traffic to them, and see which one yields more registrations. Tools for data analytics. Google Analytics, a fundamental tool for analyzing traffic and user behavior on your website. Free and very powerful. Mixpanel/Amplitude, product analytics platforms that allow for deep analysis of user behavior within your application, who does what, how often, which features are popular. Hotjar/Crazy Egg, tools for visual analysis of user behavior on a website. Click heat maps, session recordings. CRM systems, HubSpot, Salesforce. In addition to client management, They provide powerful tools for analyzing the sales funnel, marketing campaign effectiveness, and customer service. A/B testing tools, Optimizely, allow for easy setup and execution of tests. Power BI/Tableau for advanced users. Tools for building interactive dashboards and deep data analytics from various sources. Conclusion. In the startup world where every step involves risk, data is your most reliable ally. It not only shows you where you are, but also where you need to go. By constantly monitoring key metrics and making decisions based on them, you transform intuition into strategy and ambition into real, sustainable growth. This is what distinguishes successful startups from those who simply hope for the best.